Hello, class. My name is Jacoby Cooper, and this is my hot topic presentation. Cross contamination. Cross contamination is the process of spreading bacteria and or micrograms from a subject or object to another object with harmful effect. Cross contamination can happen anywhere, but usually it happens in the kitchen. This goes for the kitchen in your home or the kitchen in your workplace. There is a picture on the right hand side, and that picture demonstrates how cross contamination can happen. The issues associated with cross contamination. Cross contamination can encourage many problems with the safety of the public health. One of the main issues that I will be discussing is cross contamination to food that is then ingested by people. This can result in people becoming sick or dying. The problem at hand is in the restaurant business. People are not aware that they are unintentionally resulting in cross contamination when handling and preparing the food. Why is cross contamination significant to public health? Restaurants and fast food places are one of the causes of foodborne illnesses. The reason behind this can vary. One of the reasons is since restaurants cater to everyone, regardless of their age, race, and gender. When you eat at a restaurant, you are at risk of getting sick. Restaurants usually hire teenagers, and because of that, depending on if the teenager is equipped with the information about proper food handling and proper hand hygiene, that can affect the restaurant and the public health. Why is cross contamination significant to public health? Continued. Due to restaurants serving everyone, it has a big impact on the public health and their safety. Without proper education with food handling and hand hygiene, this can cause the staff to be unaware of how they are handling the public's food. This can result in common foodborne illnesses like E. coli, salmonella, and norovirus. E. coli. E. coli is a bacteria that lives within the human intestines that can cause illness. E. coli can enter your body by contaminated water or food. E. coli is usually spreaded by uncooked meats, such as beef and chicken. It is then transmitted to humans through ingestion. On the right hand side, there is a picture of how E. coli looks. That is how the bacteria looks within your body. E. coli is spreaded through cross contamination due to the fact that if someone does cook food and it's not at the right temperature, when they go to serve that food to customers, that can get the customer sick from E. coli, which is a process of cross contamination. Norovirus. Norovirus is a foodborne illness that is characterized as food poisoning. People call it food poisoning because norovirus have symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea. Norovirus is usually spreaded by poor hygiene. This can happen especially in restaurants because often people use the restroom and do not follow proper hand hygiene by not washing their hands. If someone followed this example, the person that ate the food prepared by this employee will eventually become sick. On the right hand side, I added a picture of the rates of how norovirus is transmitted. The picture demonstrates that oral feces is 39% transmitted through the norovirus. This suggests that when people are preparing food, they are not properly washing their hands, especially after using the restroom. Salmonella. Salmonella is a basic bacteria that affects the intestinal tract. Salmonella is usually spreaded by chicken. Salmonella is transmitted from cross-contamination. An example would be if a restaurant employee cuts chicken and then cuts beef using the same utensil. This can result in salmonella. On the left-hand side, there is a picture that describes salmonella. Is cross-contamination becoming worse? According to the FDA, foodborne illness causes approximately 48 million illnesses, 128,000 hospitalizations, and 3,000 deaths each year. This suggests that the rate is rising. Why this is happening is rhetorical. There can be many reasons why the rate is increasing. I believe it has to do with uneducation about proper food handling. I believe this because if someone knows the right way of handling food, then there wouldn't be a conversation about cross-contamination in food handling. The impact of cross-contamination within public health. Restaurants and fast food places are usually open for the public at least 360 days out the year, which means that restaurants are highly accessible to the public, and the impact that cross-contamination has will most likely lead to an outbreak. This outbreak can spread quickly because the person that is infected can infect other people without knowing it, and so on. Furthermore, if the problem in the restaurant is not addressed, then more people can become affected. This is a chain that happens frequently within the restaurant's business. I know firsthand by working in a restaurant that illness spreads quickly among the staff to the customers. I used to work at a restaurant in Brandon, Florida, and when one person got ill, the whole restaurant got ill, which resulted in bacteria transferring to the food that the customer would then eat, and that resulted in the customer getting sick as well. That's why the impact of cross-contamination is so important to public health. Solving the issue. There are many ways cross-contamination can be solved. One of the ways is making sure your work area is clean and you use utensils for each food without mixing them up. Furthermore, when handling utensils, make sure you wash them properly to ensure that they are well sanitized. Another way to stop cross-contamination is to make sure that you are washing your hands with hot, soapy water for at least 30 seconds. On the left-hand side, there is a picture that shows you how to handle food safely. It demonstrates that you must cook to proper temperatures to separate so that you do not cross contaminate, clean by washing your hands and surfaces often, and chill, refrigerate the food promptly. My plan to end cross contamination. My plan to end cross contamination is setting up compliance rules for restaurants and fast food places that educates them about cross contamination. The compliance will include videos and on the job training with proper supervision on how to avoid cross contamination within the workplace. This can also be included with the rules that the restaurants can implement to the employees about food handling and proper hand washing hygiene. Reference